Wow, okay, so it has been a while, and I deeply apologize. It wouldn't have been so long had I not had probably the worst head then chest cold I have ever had. Okay, not really. I actually had a much worse one, like, around the time I was starting to do this. I think I had had a cold before then. I was coughing like that whoopin' cough baby from that commercial. Horrendous. So now that I'm at least reasonably not congested and, not feeling like I can't speak without having to clear my throat and cough a lot, which would be gross for you guys, I can now record. I actually lost this recording, but unlike the last two times I lost a recording, I'm really not that bothered by it, because I thought that I did a pretty shitty job voice acting. So I'm going to do this a lot better. So we're going to check the window. And he padlocked the windows, too. You'd bet Boonbucks to donuts the back door's blocked, too, probably with the safe in the study or something. The man means business this time. You aren't about to go smashing glass and making a ruckus, though. You'll need a solution involving more stealth. You guess you'll have a plan in mind as a last resort, but you'd rather it not come to that. Shoot, I forgot I was messaging people. Blah blah. Note to self, find time to play off, because I need to. So let's consult with Pop Pop. And it's John, but it's Grandpa John. That would be John Crocker, JC, Jesus Christ. Miracles. You figure a little wisdom from your elder couldn't hurt. It practically went without saying your dad keeps Pop Pop stuffed and mounted in front of the fireplace, as is the family tradition. Pop Pop grew up with his legendary humorous grandfather stuffed in front of the fireplace, and so did his grandfather. This was stipulated firmly in the will at the end of a long list of joke stipulations. Dad knew this was a real stipulation, though. You always did find it a little macabre, though, trying to watch TV and eat dinner on the couch with the dead old man standing about 5 feet away. You'd honestly prefer he not be kept here in the living room. Sometimes you tell Dad you really want Pop Pop in the attic. He says the mere fact you call it that tells him you're not ready. Who's still messaging me? Rawr. Silly people who I love. Okay. What's that, Pop Up? It seems he's concerned that you may not be properly equipped. You prove to him that you indeed have no intention of leaving the house without your trusty joke book. You're having a conversation with your dead grandfather. Yes, you are. I have it! See? See? See, this is why I didn't want to do it. All this Yes, he sees. Yes, I am going out with this book. No, I will not go get an unabridged copy. No, I will not take yours. I can hardly even lift it. Oh, that is so preposterous. Do you even hear what you're saying? I will be fine. This is a perfectly funny book and it contains many incredibly funny jokes. Oh, will you just stop it? I'm going now. Good day. On second thought, take his book. And his arm, for good measure. You just remembered something your alien friend said about the big old book downstairs, and trusting words written by your own hand. What the heck did she mean by that? Whoops. Sorry, Pop Up. Retrieve arm. Oh, look, an arm has actually been retrieved. That's amazing. Better pick that up. You'll try to repair it later before Dad sees it and blows a gasket. Read inscription again. It's the letter to John. From Nana. Woo-hoo. Is your friend suggesting that you were the one who wrote this inscription? You find that idea a bit hard to swallow. Still, your friends are always babbling about time travel. You always thought this inscription was written to your Pop-Pop by his Nana, who was your great-great-grandmother, founder of the corporation you'll inherit in a few years. The message has always been a fascinating mystery to you, and probably was to him as well. From the way it's written, it seems it was intended for him to receive after her death. She talks about a journey he supposedly meant to go on. You wonder if that adventure ever took place, or if the note was just one last jape by an old woman from a proud family of pranksters. She goes on about many fantastical-sounding things he supposedly would have found on his journey, like agents, exiles, underlings, denizens, and heirs of breath and seers of light and stuff like that. Wait, didn't your friend mention those too? In any case, this message to Pop Up from a sweet old Nana is the best evidence you have to dispute all this evil Batterwitch nonsense. She clearly cared for her grandson very much and would never start a company responsible for the things it's accused of, let alone be alive today to perpetrate them. But then, what if she wasn't the one who wrote it? This thought makes you very nervous. You suddenly remember your dream. What did it mean? You should talk to Jake about all this. Bother Jake? Gutsy Gumshoe, GG, began bothering Golgotha's Terror, GT, at 11:40. Jay, how goes the bunny quest? I've barely even begun. Tell me about it. You're off to a sluggish start too, then, I gather. That has the whole house in full fatherly lockdown mode. Talk about blowing a few assassination attempts way out of proportion. So I'm currently mulling over my next move. What is it that has you hamstrung? Did you ever track down the slippery Mr. Strider? Not exactly. His stupid doppelglasses have sent me on a wild goose chase to go pry his dumb robot's chest open and swipe its uranium. Sounds dangerous. No shit. I think I'd rather deal with the monsters. Why is it that our two best friends in the world always seem to place themselves at the source of all our problems while simultaneously presenting their only solutions? I know, right? I'm debating whether or not to enlist his help in the matter of my current imprisonment, but I'd rather keep it as a plan of last resort. Don't do it, Jane, it's a trap! It's a trap! Ah! We'll see. So I take it you're out and about now? Hell no. I spent so much time haggling with these confounded shades, I'm only leaving my room just now. Right. Well, not to keep you too long, since we both still have our missions ahead of us, but I wanted to tell you about that dream I had. Oh yeah, I was curious about that. Tell me everything and make it snappy. Whips a bucket of freshly popped corn. Okay, but I should say that the nature of the dream is a wee bit worrisome. And I'm concerned it may have implications for the game we're about to play. So it's probably best that I tell you about it before you leave. Also, I do realize I just said wee bit. She does say that later. That's one thing I remember. So I'm not going to change that. Oh, shoot. How you told me then, Jane? Ugh. I still can't quite talk right. I can't get air in while I'm talking, which is kind of a pain. I woke up on the planet which we have been told about by our mutual acquaintance. The one covered in golden cities. Prospect, remember? Oh, wouldn't it be Prospect's moon? Yes, you're right. It was the moon, actually. I could see the planet on the dark horizon. I was dressed in a golden dress, like a sort of nightgown, and I could fly. I left my bedroom, which is at the top of a tall tower. Surrounding me were the gold cities, just as described. Behind the skyline was darkness, but just above was a bright blue sky and puffy white clouds. That was Skya! Yes, probably. Are you sure you haven't woken up there before? Haha, I wish! I have received reports from Jade about this as well. She likes to talk about her dreams on Prospect's moon a lot. I see. The impression I have developed is that this is supposed to be a real place, and all who dream there have shared experiences. Did Jade ever mention seeing us there? No, but why would she? This was long before we were born. She was dreaming there like 100 years ago or something. Anyway. So pretty. These little tiny carapaces. It reminds me of a Hyrule Square marketplace in Twilight Princess. Because I'm pretty sure that the center marketplace is built a bit like that. And the little white things look like the wisps that you see when you go in there when it's twilight. I explored the moon and began to notice people gathering in the streets. But they weren't human. They were funny-looking, perfectly white creatures. Yeah, those are Prospidians. They have these hard carapace shells and also have something to do with chess, I think? Well, I don't know if they had much to do with chess here. The more closely I observed, the more they appeared somewhat despondent. Like, sad? Yes. I determined they were in mourning, actually. Hey, Jane, you said I was in this dream. Where do I come in? Shush, I'm getting there. So exasperating, but so cute. And there she is. More and more Prospidians were filing out of the buildings every moment. They all began to form a single major procession. When I got closer, I could see that some were in tears. I realized this was a funeral. I went to a funeral yesterday. Brief aside, one of my coworkers was in a car accident here in Riviera Beach, West Palm Beach. Pretty rough accident, actually. 5 people in the car between the ages of 14 and 22 all died. So, being that I didn't really know him that well, I didn't know anybody else in the car by name, actually, but, you know, worked with him for a little while. So, we all went to the funeral, and I was not expecting Jamaican funerals to be quite as loud as they were. I think I've gone partially deaf. But, the funny part was the accident occurred around 12:30 a.m. on 4/13. Very weird. I heard whispers, but couldn't make out what they were saying, so I got closer. They were all saying the same thing, over and over. The page is dead. Our hope is lost. The page? Who's that? Jake, the page was you. It's so sad looking, too. Her face, it's so distressed. Oh, drat, are you sure? Yes, I saw your body lying in a sort of coffin on a bed of flowers. You were as dead as a doornail. Everyone was so distraught, including me. But before I could get too horribly upset, let alone make any sense of it, I woke up. I, of course, immediately wanted to tell you all about it, but it was still well before sunrise for you, and you were surely still asleep. Then as the day went on, I guess I became distracted by other things. You know how it is. I hope I'm not too late to warn you, though. To be frank, I don't have the foggiest clue what it is I'm warning you about. Dear Jake, oh, please do not try to have already died in my dream, likely while you were sleeping, perhaps peacefully. Haha, yeah, I see a point. Still, I think you'll agree that it's to be viewed as a troubling omen. I care very much for you, and I don't know what I'd do if I lost you both in my dreams and here in this world. So for whatever good it does, just please be extra careful out there today. Roger that, Janie. And same goes for you about being careful with those various rogues accosting you with foul play lately and whatnot. Because, well, I sure do care a lot about you too, you know that. Hooray! Will do. Now let's get out of this silly old adventure off to the races before the Code of Justice growing gets any thicker. Booyah! Okay, good luck, Jane, and keep me posted. See ya! Golgotha's Terror, GT, cease to bother, and Gutsy Gumshoe, GG. Let's get this silly old adventure off to the races! With cleats. Short shorts, a jacket, and cleats. Jake. It's so beautiful, though. That's like the one thing I did when I saw it, is I marveled at just how freaking beautiful it is. I love dappled sunlight a lot. A lot. Wow. Examine pumpkin patch. Although these pumpkin vines are amazingly prolific, every morning when you leave your bedroom, you swear half the pumpkins vanished overnight. It's probably just the fauna eating them. Not that it matters, because they keep growing right back. It wasn't always overgrown like this. When you first discovered the transmaterializer, you started messing around with it haphazardly. You kept purifying pumpkins from somewhere. It was just pumpkin after pumpkin until one time a copy of the bunny you inherited from Grandma showed up. Much less old and tattered, of course. All that fooling around was before you realized how precious its fuel would be. Such a waste of good uranium. Yeah, Jake, you dummy. You brought all the surplus pumpkins home and left them lying about. And then the seeds spread and started growing out of control. You guess that's what happens when you introduce non-indigenous flora into the wilderness. Be completely oblivious to thing in background. You successfully failed to notice it. Wait, notice what? You didn't even know what we're talking about here. But it doesn't matter for now, because suddenly a wild chum assails you with banter! Answer Lalonde. More love for her. Oh my god. Tipsy Nostalgic, TG, began pestering Golgotha's Terror, GT, at 6:53. Holy shit, Jade. Well, Jake. Howdy. What is all this commotion about? Nothing. It's just your basic run-in-the-mill holy shit. And also, hi. Ah, okay then. Hello, tis. Also, want to know, what do you want for your Wiggling Day? I'm not really abreast of the radish jogging that the cool kids toss about these days. Maybe because I live alone on an island? I don't know, but in any case, are you referring to my upcoming birthday? Yes. I see. Very thoughtful of you to consider so early. I don't wager I could advise with much specificity, but I can all but assure you I will find any gesture of yours to be totally capital. You're so fucking adorable. Rings it handkerchief with perspiring mitts. Yoink, Knave's kerchief, and stops repeating for the chat. I was only bringing up so much in advance because of the end of the world about to happen and all. And then I wouldn't get the chance. Unless we play this game like a bunch of suckers, obviously. And maybe I'll meet up there and everything, which would totes kick ass. Totes. But if you want to know what I think, yes, do ya? I do want to know what you think. I always want to know, because you're always smart and sassy. Yes, dude. Anyway, I really don't think we should. Should what now? Play the game? Why not? The Baroness wants us to? Baroness? I don't know why. Everything I know about it says it should be a good game and real important, and it'll let us all get together and do something great and be best friends forever, maybe eternity. And she took all that and twisted it somehow. All I know is she's banking on us doing this, and if she needs us to do this, then it's got to make something fucking horrible happen. Horror Bible. Bullseye. Well, Horror Bible's notwithstanding, I have it on terrific authority that playing this game will be incredibly important. So, perhaps you're right, maybe we are part of her evil plan? But does that also necessarily rule out that good will come of it? I guess not. I just have a bad feeling. Maybe I'm just like this nutty-ass bitch swirling yarn from a shit wizard's nappy brown beard, but I can't bring myself to trust a cake-selling, genocidal alien overlord sea queen. Never mind, that sentence checks out. Agreed. So, what is the itinerary again? To know who's it? Regarding the game, who's playing in what order, etc. Oh, is there such an itinerary? Yeah, I think so. I think it's going like, I start with Jane and bring her to the session, then DS brings me in and you bring him in, and then Jane does you and closes the loop. Where are you getting this intel? Did you guys make a plan or something? Nah, don't worry about it. Do you want me to set you up with the files now? Oh, these illicit hacked wares, which I hear tell were recently jimmied piping hot off the interclouds. I love you. You were barely even joking at that statement, but yeah, basically. The silicon pickpocket strikes again. Whom is the wiser? Nobody. Oh God. Okay, I'll send it, but... Yeah? Jake. What? Jake. You're wearing one of your dumb computers now, aren't you? You're all think typing at me right now while wearing something ridiculous. Ridiculous. High five to self. Hog swallow. Why would you even think that? That's so stupid. I'm not letting either of you run this file on your shitty brainwashy propaganda helmets or anything else you got to wear to run. Tis my one condition. Fair enough. Want to get back from my errand, I'll situate myself at the trusty old task shop. Acceptable? Yes. Then you have decided to play in spite of your reservations? I don't know, I guess. Bravo! Don't all bravo at me, man. You're just bravoing a big-ass shrug. I mean, maybe. I have every reason to want to play it. I'm actually dying to play it, okay? I mean, you believe me, right? About the bad shit that could happen? Of course I do. What sort of friend would I be if not? Okay, well, don't say that to Jane. She has her ways. I believe they are not incongruous with those of an intelligent and discerning young woman. Ah, Christ, what a gentleman. Fix. I mean, god damn. I guess. But that's the thing with you. You believe in people and also the things they tell you. Jane never believed my crap. Never did any of my warnings about the Baroness. Didn't believe any of the stuff about my mom. And so on, and soon. Till after a while, I just stopped even trying to convince her hard or bring up any crazy shit. Because, you know, doing a lot of songs and dances to convince somebody who thinks you're just shitting them all the time kind of layers in a friendship. Who even needs that? But you believe in stuff. Probably because the more crazy fake shit you believe in, the more open the world gets, and the more chance there is for adventures to be real, right? Righto. If a man believes hard enough in imaginary things, then I dare say that makes them slightly less fake. Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly, wink. It's one of those things Jane likes about you so much. It is? Which, I'm not supposed to talk about to you ever, Cindermine. Talk about what? Nope. You mean how, well, a way in which I suppose. Nope. Jane is prone to looking upon me with what I fathom to be more than just friendly affection. Nope. Hey, look, I didn't say nothing about that. Why is this silly fucking drunk girl over here? It's a tricky issue. And you know I adore Jane, and please don't think I haven't given some thought to, well, that hang on a relationship, I guess. Jake, no, please. This is a conversation that can't happen because I started it and I blew it by saying stuff, so you have to forget it. Forget it. Oh, yeah, I can see the dilemma this causes for your friendship with her. I'll drop it. Phew, okay, on to this topic. I am now and forever Miss Zipperlips. Zipperlips. Miss Zipperlips. Fuck. Okay, this is me for Pete Ref. Zip. Oh my. Nothing is escaping that lovely lady's whistle maker. It's shut tight as a drum. Whoa, wait, I hope that didn't sound dirty. Okay, but may I say this? If in the future I would like to bring up certain topics completely unsolicited by one who may be sworn to secrecy on those very matters, and I'm in need of, I guess, neutral and totally non-compromising advice from a friend, do you think that Miss Zwipperpips might unseal those scandalous metal choppers for a bit? Fuck, that also sounded kind of dirty, god damn it. And Zip, yeah, of course. I'm totes your BFFC, Jake. I'm like, at peace with that reality, formerly known as a raw fucking deal, for what avenues it closes between you and I that's being your VFC has got to mean, but yeah. Wait, what? I am just chill as fuck about being a pale friend to all varieties of cute and eligible as hell peeps. Do you see my shoulder and how it says, hey friend, please deposit tears here? That is a legit invite, and is like sincere as fucking bananas. Oh, I'm sure it is, but I don't know how much crying I'm going to be doing. Probably none, I think. No, I know, I'm just saying that, okay, I'm not spinning my wheels like a motherfucker, but yeah, the answer is yes. Great. And not that I'm backpedaling, but what about your best bro? Did you get talking to him about girl troubles ever? Yeah, well, like I said, the whole thing is complicated. Best not to get into it at all until I'm ready to, you know, really start manhandling these bushel loads of prickly pears. Prickly pears? The pears being the tricky subject in question. Metaphorically. Right. Poor Jake, up to his neck in all the whoops. Woes. Nah, it's cool. Speaking of which, I heard he's making a track on his robo-self to kill it or something for uranium. And the AI disabled the novice setting. Yes. You're so fucked. Oh, most certainly. I was actually just getting all my final affairs in order when you messaged me. I was to bequeath you all my WAB posters. WAB what? We could Bernie's, damn it! Oh, fuck, yay! I've always needed something to put under my cat's shitbox. Okay, tell you what. As an early wiggling day thing, you know what I'll do? I still don't really get the wiggling thing, but no, what? I'll enable the robot's novice setting again for you. Wow, thanks, I think? But it don't count as the whole thing. I'll think of something better, too. For now, peace, Jake, and GL on your RoboQuest. Tipsy Nostalgic, TG, cease pestering Golgotha's Terror, GT. I love her. Okay. About the guns, and something is grumbling. It's time to get dead serious about hunting down a robot that looks exactly like your best friend, destroy it with your gun somehow, and steal its uranium. But the thing behind you that you're oblivious to starts grumbling. You totally forgot about the frightening fauna on this island and its regrettable realness attribute. Turn around. S, maybe? Nope. And I really don't want to go searching for music that I may or may not have heard before. You leap into the tropical island fray in an attempt to violently pacify the gigantic earth crab dad. What is he even doing here? The question doesn't even occur to you. The island has been crawling with these things for as long as you can remember. You glance at the crudely rendered battle, direct your browser to the Homestuck Bandcamp page, which I'm not going to do, and browse for suitable battle music, which I'm also not going to do. Oh god, there are so many songs. Which one would be a good fit for this duel? Wait, yes, there's one. No, there's not. That's perfect. No, it isn't. You hit play? No, I don't. Close your eyes? No, I don't. And become lost in visions of gnashing crustacean carapace? No, I don't. Smoking M9 casings? Definitely not. And Jake doing that thing where he flies through the air shooting 2 guns at once? Yes, so awesome. Fly through the air shooting 2 guns at once? I would imagine that kind of screws up your aim, but firing real guns is not like firing guns in Homestuck. You do the thing where you fly through the air shooting 2 guns at once. That thing isn't even that big of a deal for you. You do that thing practically every day on Hell Murder Island. Your furious salvo of deadly bullets scares the frightening fawn off into the jungle, realness attribute and all. Oh. It just wanted to love you. Like this one. Another triumph for adventure. Time to blow the smoke off your Berettas and saunter off into the... Whoa, not so fast! Behind you, Jake! Pfft. Aha, got you, son of a... Oh, shit, wait. Oh, no. It was only one of those sweet little fairy bulls. You just murdered him inappropriately with your multi-bullet device. You love those little fairy bulls. You feel just awful. Oh. Poor baby. There he is. He's waiting for you. Implement plan of last resort. You have waited around long enough. Dad's legendary car wash won't last forever, and the day isn't getting any younger. You pack up Pop-Pop's book and bust out your trusty homing device. Activate. Here goes nothing. Uh-oh. It's like that scene from friggin' Star Trek I mentioned before, where they find out the head of that, like, committee has, like, the alien being all, like, blarp, blarp. It was, like, really fucking weird looking. Oh. Who's a hero bunny? God, he is such a little troublemaker. Hopefully he will mind his manners today. Eh? On top of a mountain. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. Exit forest. And behold zoological splendor. And I was talking before that I don't understand how they can get so big, because the thing... You don't find megafauna on islands. There's actually... Island dwarfism is a real zoological phenomenon. Singular. Because due to the lack of resources and generally not terribly diverse gene pool, they get smaller. That's why people on islands tend to be smaller, and that's why the animals on islands tend to be smaller. Conservation of resources. Ecology. Looks like the centaur herd is out here in full force today. You have to be careful about walking under them. There are extreme hazards involved, such as the threat of falling manure or milk. Examine Frog Temple. There are the ruins you'll be making your way toward once you've got the uranium. Still need to locate that enigmatic robot. He's out there, somewhere. Just watching. You can feel it. Can't let your guard down for a second, or you'll get served like a dude on Butler Island. Look down. Uh-oh. Something's coming up. What could it be? It's... Go Dad. I love those things so much. Capricornus are just awesome. Not the encounter you were hoping for today. These things don't back down. Alright, let's assess the damage here. Poor Pop-Pop's severed head got nicked by the fireplace poker. He's going to need a lot of work this time. Over the years, your dad has spent thousands of dollars on repairs. Oh well, how much more grounded can you get than you already are? You'll be fine. Oh, put the head back. You stick the poker down his neck hole and jam the head back on the spike as a temporary measure. That looks somewhat more respectable, you guess. Looks like the troublemaker's father is calling. Who's your daddy? It's Destroy. I'm gonna end it there because the amount of congestion that I'm dealing with right now is making it impossible for me to talk.